Good afternoon, everybody. Slay here. I'm going to do a quick review on this VB-10. It's the French Tier 7 Premium. Some of you may have seen this plane and wondered if you should get it. I would definitely recommend getting it because it has 10 guns. So what kind of armor are we looking at? It's got 420s, which is what the equal tier Spit has. But it also has 650s. Which the equal tier P-51 has. So it's kind of like taking the P-51 and the Spit and mixing it into one plane. But it's also a heavy fighter, so it's got superior airspeed, way less maneuverability, but that gun armament is just a nightmare when you put bullets on target. It's the confrontation starting in 30 seconds for the Skies of Albion event, if anybody knows what that is. But I'm going to take this time when most likely facing a bot team to just go ahead and demonstrate some of the things that this plane can do. And that way if any of you guys are thinking about picking this up, again, definitely worth it. Generates a hefty amount of credits, not quite as much as a tier 8, but it is no slouch either. My best game in this, I think I earned around 300k credits, which is, you know, again, nothing to slouch at. 300k credits is a beautiful, beautiful amount of money, especially when you're trying to grind up for those tier 10s. So it looks like the event just started, so I'm going to go ahead and punch in here. Now, I don't know if you saw my hangar. I also have the Meteor. The Meteor is a good plane for sure. The Meteor is more of a fighter. It turns better. It's got 420s. Again, this has 420s plus 650s. If the VB-10 approaches the Meteor from behind and the Meteor doesn't see the VB-10, the Meteor is just going to get splashed every time. Whereas if the Meteor was to turn and engage the VB-10, the Meteor might come out on top, and most turn fighters would come out on top as you're just a heavy fighter. Doesn't have quite enough speed like the ME-262 line to boost away and get out safely, but it has enough speed to get to where you want to go and just be a dominating presence on that battlefield. As for tier 7 premiums, if I had to choose between the Meteor and the VB-10, I would have to choose the VB-10 just because I like the 10 guns a lot more than the 420s. The 420s are not bad on the Meteor, but again, they overheat really fast. And I already have turn fighters that are non-premium for tier 7. So if I want something unique, I don't have any tier 7 heavy fighters, I would definitely choose my VB-10 every time. So as I was saying with the Skies Albion event, 9 times out of 10, if you're playing allies, you're going to be facing teams like this. So this is an all-bot team. If I right-click everybody's name, nothing's coming up. But as with anything, this is just a good chance for me to demonstrate the capabilities that this plane can do.
Attention, you are entering the combat zone.
It's a beautiful plane.
Get ready for battle.
Looks like just a way oversized P-51 in my opinion. But this is the Arsenal VB-10. Just to give you a quick demonstration of its guns. Once this clock counts down, I'm going to go ahead and fire them off for you. Now, as for equipment, I kind of run what my turn fighters have. But I mean, just look at these guns go off. It's very, very nice. And here I am boosting. I'm going to go straight to the airfield. Someone looks like they watched my German GA video. It's cool. Alright, so got P40s here, unsuspecting tier 5s. I'm coming in 750 kilometers an hour, 760, and I'm just gonna, it's like a lion run into a herd of buffalo. The damage this thing does. Fortunately, again, not a maneuverable plane, but that's okay. This is what I call a velocity fighter. You find what's facing away from you most of the time, and you just get on it. That thing just disappears. And a friendly Remy. Bots, it happens. I think we're about to get this. I'm going to go ahead and get on there heavy. Disregard. Going now for a repair. If anybody ever has any problems with repairing in this game, you just have to get really low, like this, and slow down enough. So if you're ever hovering around and wondering why this thing is just sitting there red and not repairing you, it's because you're probably too high. Another reason it won't repair you is if there's an enemy fighter that had recently shot at you, or you recently shot at a heavy fighter, you're not going to get any repairs. I mean, it'd be kind of unfair to be getting repairs as you're getting shot down. So this is, I'm going to demonstrate real quick what this is, one of its primary strengths on this aircraft. So here you have a ME-265, it's a tier 7 GA. They kind of just disappear when this thing fires at them. You'll see my 20s are overheating, but that's quite okay. He's got a rear gun, it's not really doing much to me. And he dies. I'm going to go and punish their other GA that I believe just went over the mountain. Yep, it's ME-265. So I'm going to come here and hit him. He died to the players. There's another multi-role here, J4M, which ironically shows up as a heavy aircraft for air defense, which I find kind of weird. Let's go. This thing can play at altitude, so I believe the altitude was 2K on it. Right just up behind my shoulder here is a KI-84, which is a monster of a tier 7, by the way. If you ever get a chance to go down this line, the KI-84 is where it just starts dominating. It's got 230s and 220s. These are 109s Willing. This is another heavy fighter. This one's the German line. It's a good plane, but not many things can survive this kind of firepower. Hopefully my bot doesn't ram me. Alright. So 109 Gustav. Doing the typical bot dodging. Aims are just a little off. And some kind of FPS issue all of a sudden. These guns. Guns always win. They always win in this thing. Looks like we have some multi-rolls climbing up high. I'm inclined to go meet them. So as you see, it's not a maneuverable plane by any means. Will it make you credits? Of course. Especially when you have a decent game. Here we got some multi-rolls that are picking on my air defense here. I'm gonna punish them. I mean, it just deleted that J4M. It looks like we have a fighter up here, another BF-109 Gustav, probably the same one I killed earlier. He's coming to hunt some of my air defense aircraft. I believe the 109 Gustav is an altitude fighter, so he's gonna probably perform better up here. But he's coming down, so he's about to fall prey. Kind of grazed him. And the bots do this kind of scissoring up and down. It's best just to do some short burst, that way you don't overheat. And then when they go in for the turn, just let loose everything you have. So we have a 109 Gustav up there. He's coming head on. But he's initiating his bot roll early. Now if something's coming head on with you in this plane, you want to try and do as much damage as you can as quick as possible. If you could take out a wing or a motor, just like I took out this guy's motor, that's all the difference in a fight, especially a turn fight. I'm sure some of you have tried to turn fight when you have no wings. It just doesn't work. something set me on fire. Dropping down, help out my P-47 here. Looks like I got a KI-84 again.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms
Slow down here.
will soon be
So I want
unable
to stay
to
behind this
provide support.
KI-84.
Do you copy? Over.
And air defense aircraft got me. Unfortunately, I rammed someone, I believe.
The airfields are ours. We've got the enemy contained.
We got both airfields, and looks like we're about to have that garrison. So, anybody who plays the Sky Zombie event knows that these things are... the games don't usually last long enough for you to really do anything. But I just wanted to do a quick video showing, you know, this aircraft's strengths. Talk about its weaknesses. It definitely has weaknesses. You get locked in a turn battle, you're gonna lose that turn battle. But if you're just trying to hunt other heavies, or you want to, you know, get behind someone and just unload a freaking hurricane on their back, this is the plane for you. After this game, I see I've got a mediocre score. Not even top 3, I don't think. But that's okay. We'll see how much credits I get after this. Let's see if I catch up with the dwelling. Nope, game is over. So, didn't even place. Very mediocre game in this. 10,000 still, not a bad score. The bot VB-10 with 2945 did better, supposedly. That's one problem with this game, in my opinion. The scoring is just kind of wonky. I felt I was doing my job by taking out the aircraft that were attacking my targets, but I don't think the game gives you credit unless you're in their zone. It recognizes the capture points a lot more than it does defense points. So with that said, 10,000 score, you could expect scores like that. Pretty common in this thing. As you saw there, it's a pretty mediocre game. It's very fast. And I wasn't as accurate as I could have been. I could have been a lot more accurate. But let's see here what I get credit-wise. Once this game loads in. Looks like one of my friends wants to have a flight. It's always down. So there you go. 147k credits for a mediocre game. I really can't complain. It's a really solid aircraft. Definitely, to me, the better option for a Tier 7 Premium. If you're ever looking to pick it up, it's usually not that expensive on the store. But worth every penny. Really like this aircraft. Thanks everybody for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Take care.